Hey guys, welcome back to the Three Ps on a Pod podcast with your host, Tyle.
Tonya.
And Ndia.
Love her. So, we're finally back after a little break. We just got through graduation season. The gang has graduated. The gang has graduated.
Yes, class of
we
2022.
have diplomas. Big diplomas.
Yep.
Big diplomas. So yeah, we were in the middle of exam season, in the middle of graduation season. So we took a little break. But we're back for the summer, here to give y'all the bangers, of course. So today's episode, we're just gonna reflect, go through high school, talk about some of the things we went through, talk about our future plans, and boy, do we have stories for y'all. So
it's about to be a long one.
Let's go through some of the highs of high school, because let's start with the good stuff. Start off on a good note. Well, favorite moments, stuff that has stuck out.
I feel
like high school general.
Can we all say as a collective, freshman year was the best year?
Oh, girl, what?
Freshman year was the worst year of my life.
Really good. Freshman
year, I was going through it. Sophomore year was the best year. Sophomore year was the best year.
It was good until it wasn't, because at my school,
it was good till it wasn't. It was good till it wasn't.
COVID.
Yeah. My sophomore year for me got good right before COVID hit and everything was shut down. But it wasn't my best year. I honestly, to be completely honest, I would say junior year, where everything was digital, was my best year.
Are you
Are you honestly crazy, bro?
No,
what?
It's so funny. It's so funny, but I was the most social during COVID. Like, I don't know. I met so
many behind a screen. You was behind a screen.
Like, my closest friends, I met them during COVID. We would talk every day during COVID. I don't know. I mean, senior year was pretty good as well, but I think junior year was my best year. Academically, socially, mental health, everything was great during COVID for me. Yeah.
I don't know. I have to say my best years were sophomore year and senior year. Like, my senior year, honestly, it started pretty rough, pretty rocky, because I moved schools. I moved to a whole new state. Like, I was starting my senior year off right. Bro, I was stressed. I was straight stressing. But then I got settled into my new school. I got a job, so I started working. I started making friends with my coworkers at my first job that I got here, working retail. And I started making friends at my school. I actually have one person from my school, and now we're actually good friends now. We're actually hanging out tomorrow. That's my homie for real. So I actually made good. Yeah, senior year was low key fun. I made that senior year fun. And sophomore year, I was so active and so involved at my school. I remember sophomore year, I was in beta, I was in HOSA, I was in marching band, I was in jazz band, I did honor band, I did the UGA Jam Fest at my school. I did so much stuff. I did track. Sophomore year was fun for me until COVID happened. And then COVID just had to come and ruin everything. Sophomore year, I feel like I was really starting to come into my own, come into myself, kind of figure out who I was, making friends, being more social. Then COVID came and just had to make a girl just regress. All that social progress was lost.
No, so COVID was such a weird time, especially because we thought everyone kind of took it as a joke. And even now, people still
we're gonna come back next week.
Yeah, we'll come back next week.
But you want to know something? It was so what was so crazy about COVID is I remember like a month or so leading up to this girl that I was friends with and I'm still good friends with. Like she was tracking it. We had band together. She was tracking it like crazy. And we was all just like, oh girl, like don't even worry about it. Like it's not about to come touch us. And I remember we were in Orlando at Universal Studios doing our band field trip. We were in the dining hall eating pizza before we were gonna go to Universal to see the Blue Man Group perform. She was the only person that had a mask the entire trip. This girl was masked up. She made us disinfect our room with wipes and bleach top to bottom. She was not playing. And I remember we were eating pizza and the band director was like, they just canceled school for a week. Mind you, we were all ecstatic because first off, we're about to be in Florida for the next 3 days. So already hyped. Second, like our spring break was that following week. So we were like, so we not about to go back to school. Exactly. We're like, so we about to have Universal, we about to have spring break, we about to have this week off, back to school. We thinking graduation and they prom. Like we're like, this is about to be fun. I'm thinking all my track meets I have coming up. I'm like, this is about to be fun. Nope. All of that ruined. Gone.
Listen, go home.
Snatched the math out.
Everyone go
it was
quarantine.
Like gone.
Yeah, honestly, but I mean, was quarantine fun for y'all?
No.
At first, I'm not gonna lie. That first quarantine was really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Loving quarantine.
I was loving it too.
Loving quarantine.
It was great.
So
I don't know. I got bored, and my boredom brought some creativity out of me. Like I literally got into painting for a little bit. I got into painting. I tried to pick saxophone back up. Didn't really happen. But I also picked up an obsession with Lakeith Stanfield. And
oh my god,
the worst thing that came out of the pandemic.
Shut up. I'm obsessed with Lakeith Stanfield. Still am. I literally binge watched every movie and show that he's been in. I started watching Atlanta. Atlanta is where it's at. That's
Atlanta's the show. That is the show.
I literally have a sentimental connection with that show because of quarantine, because it was just such a good period in my life. And then everything was just so perfect. And I had to sleep, like I'll go to sleep watching Atlanta. Just lay in bed watching Atlanta, especially for Lakeith, but just watching Atlanta. It was just great. Like every time I watch it, I just feel at peace. It's a great show.
No.
Yes. Atlanta. Oh my god. And hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Lakeith got to go. But no, quarantine, it started like I said, it started off fun for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I made the most out of it. So like my family for a good bit, we all quarantined together in Florida. I was here. I spent like the whole summer basically in Florida with my family, my cousins and I. We bonded a lot. We found ways to be creative. We watched so many shows together. We did so many little activities together. We got into working out. We'd all work out in the garage and stuff together. That was really fun. I was fit. Hey, I need to get back to that era because my arms was toned. I was doing workouts like yes,
I was starting to see progress.
It was exactly. I got progress.
I was doing it every day.
From when I first started to kind of like around when I ended, I had made so much progress. I was looking toned and good. I need to get back to that. But no, but then like my family actually real life took COVID like serious for real. So we was on lockdown. Like we could literally not leave our house. Like did not leave my house.
Yeah, I just went to the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite
and not even that. We did the delivery.
Oh,
like Instacart?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. We Instacarted. No. Or we would do like the pickup option where they pick out the groceries and you just pick it up. Mm-hmm. Literally did not touch the inside of a grocery store. Did not even touch the inside of a grocery store. I was on lockdown.
Yeah,
it made me so depressed.
Food from a restaurant, you pick up. It will be pick up. If you wanted food from a restaurant, pick up.
Exactly.
The only place
it was either pick up or delivery. I DoorDash like crazy. If I wanted something and I couldn't like that we didn't have at the house, DoorDash so much money on DoorDash. DoorDash made bank. DoorDash made bank.
There was a different person coming to this house every day.
And literally every single day they were coming for something. Between DoorDash and Instacart, they made bank off my family during COVID for sure.
Yep. during COVID. Was that the time I got into like Depop and all that? I think so. I think I got into like online thrifting a lot during quarantine. Oh yeah, I did. It was
Oh
because
yeah,
yeah,
and online shopping. Oh my gosh,
because
so
everyone's
many
like, oh,
clothes.
the economy is gonna like go dry. Just spend your money, YOLO. And I did that. I emptied out my wardrobe. I sold like all of my clothes, and I got new ones, and it was amazing. But I
So
didn't have anywhere to wear them to,
Mm.
except the grocery store.
so like what would y'all say was like your favorite memory from high school? Like one experience or like something that happened like multiple times that's like that was my favorite part about high school. Like what was your favorite part about high school?
Okay, mine actually came this year. So I didn't really have an established friend group until senior year, which is really late, honestly, to have your group at the last year. It's kind of sucked because like now we can't hang out like that. But so like in the middle of the day between fourth after lunch for me. So we have this thing called guided study. It's just 20 minutes for you to like go to whatever teacher you need help with. It's like a little tutoring session type of thing in the middle of the day. But for seniors, if you weren't assigned one, then you just sit in the cafeteria with your friends and talk to them for 20 minutes until it's time to go. So my people, we of course didn't have like an assigned class. We all just sat in the cafeteria 20 minutes. If it wasn't an argument, it was singing, it was just making fun of something or like laughing. But that 20 minutes that we got to ourselves, because we didn't have class together for some reason. Like all of us, we never had a class together. We were all together. So it's just like that was the only time that we had together. So it was always just a great time. And also there's a Chick-fil-A that's like 2 minutes from my school. So every day after school, we go to Chick-fil-A. We just sit there and laugh. We can spend all day there. Like they know us by name type stuff. Like we were just always there. Put on some weight.
Regulars at Chick-fil-A.
Regulars, yep. Definitely put some weight on. But yeah, honestly just hanging out with my friends. Anything
Yeah.
outside of school was great. I didn't have any good memories doing school things, but anything outside, yeah.
I
With
feel
my
like my
dogs.
best. Oh,
Shout out y'all. Shout out
I
my
feel like
friends.
I
Sorry.
feel like my best memories from like freshman year, but like it's a specific class it was in, which was math and science. Those were the best
It's the same
classes.
class. Oh,
No, I said it was my math class, which was what was that? Geometry, and then I had biology. Those were the most funniest classes. I had like a long-term sub in my biology class, so he didn't teach us nothing. We didn't do anything in that class for like months because our teacher was like Ocean. He was in the reserves, so he would leave. But I guess something happened and he was gone for like most of the first semester. He was
He
at
had to
school
go to
for like
war.
yeah.
he was
Battle
only
front.
he was only at school for like what
He was on
1 to 2
battlefield.
months,
Her.
and then we had a long term sub. Like it was crazy.
So he
We
came
still
back.
passed that final. Yeah, he came back the second semester around like maybe February. Yeah, that's when he came back. It was so much fun, so much memories. Like, shout out to y'all who was ever in those classes. It was so fun.
I have to say, I think like okay, it's like three things that were definitely my favorite parts about high school. One being when I was in marching band, like pre-gaming. Pre-game was always so much fun. Like the overall band experience. Oh my gosh, band camp, top tier. That's the thing. Like
Like
band,
Camp Rock.
favorite thing about high school. I have to say, band, no, like band was my favorite thing about being in high school. It was so much fun. I made so many friends that I'm still friends with from being in band. I was actually really good at my instrument. So like that made it even better because I didn't suck.
But you were
Like I
clarinet,
said,
right?
band camp. Yeah, I played clarinet in high school band. Um like marching band, like I said, like pre-gaming, even football games, like oh my god, everything about it was just so much fun. Having hanging out with my section was fun, just hanging out with
Yeah.
my friends, our small group, like everything about band was just so much fun. Definitely my favorite part about high school. My second favorite part was and this didn't start really I think like a little bit sophomore year, but I would say like hanging out with my friends. So okay, basically, my sophomore year, I started doing dual enrollment, and so I didn't have to stay at school the full day. So, my friend and I, we would leave campus around like fourth period, which is our last period of the day, and we would leave. Well, we leave at the start of our lunch period and just wouldn't come back. And we would like go to her house. We would hang out with each other. Like that was fun. And then senior year, hanging out with my friend a couple of times before school. That was definitely fun. Like any hanging with friends moments before or after school was always like so much fun because it just made the school day like go by quicker because it was like I spent time having fun with my friends, so like that's all I'm thinking about. So the school day went by fast, where it was kind of like I was like looking forward to hanging out with my friends after school, so that made it go by fast. And number three, fights. And I cannot believe neither one of you guys mentioned this. High school fights. I'm going to miss high school fights. Y'all, at my new school, oh my gosh, I will never forget this. They started fighting. Okay. They started fighting on the elevator. Like straight up Solange and Jay-Z style. They started fighting on the elevator.
Yo.
Then y'all, what made it even worse was the AP, this little dyke. I can say that because I'm a lesbian, guys. This little dyke intervenes. Oh my gosh. Intervenes and starts getting swung on. So now they're in the elevator. She's like standing in between like the doorway at first, and then she's getting pulled onto the elevator. There's somebody standing outside the elevator with his hand trying to keep the elevator open.
So they were trying to get her beat up. That's what it's
You can insert a video.
What made it even worse was there's video of it. What made it even worse was this. So that AP specifically, she had left her school, the school that she was at previously, when our school opened, because she had been involved in a similar incident with two students fighting, except for she got a concussion because of them fighting. So she ended up pressing charges on the girls, and they're in juvie. Yeah. So high school fights were definitely
my god.
Nothing tops two girls fighting at 8 a.m.
Yeah, a little beat down.
With hot Cheetos and Arizona sweet tea in their system.
Yeah, girls.
It is the best thing ever.
It would be what? It would be 6 a.m.
6 a.m. 6 a.m.
And they'd be fighting
Yeah.
on the bus. 7 a.m. They're fighting in the cafeteria. Like people just wake up with so much anger on their mind. It's like,
and they fuel it with soda and hot chips.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I tell you, like they would ransack the vending machines at 7 on the dot, 6:50 on the dot.
Like
the vending machines are emptied out.
Why is it 7 a.m. and you're drinking a Coke and eating hot fries?
Like, you don't even give their stomach a chance.
And
the crazy part is, y'all ain't even had a drink of water yet.
And there's There's a whole vending machine with different types of waters that they could have got.
Yeah, and they skip it. All that the water is always there. The water is always stocked. The water is always stocked. It's
that's crazy.
It's the chips, the candy.
Yeah, At my school, it was always the Pop-Tarts, the chips. They made the mistake of putting energy drinks in our vending machines. Those would be gone. Yeah, it was a mess.
Got a whole bunch of little kids on caffeine. I can't imagine that would be good.
Now that we talked about
at my school, I just can't even like.
No, Tonya, actually, I kind of feel bad for you because I just feel like almost every single day I was hearing about something happening at your school. Yeah. If it wasn't a fight, it was some sexual incident. It was always something happening at that school on a daily basis. Y'all like, never let it rest. Never.
Fighting was just every time we heard about a fight, it was just okay.
Yeah, like, it was a regular thing that like
it was normal.
And what's so funny it started from the time y'all entered that school down to the time you left. I'm talking down to the last day incidents was happening. Literally. Crazy.
No, and
she was in class with it.
It wasn't just like regular stuff. Y'all would have all out wars, brawls.
Yes.
The race war outside. I'm sorry.
There was a race war.
There was a race war outside in the rain. It was something from a movie.
I was trying to walk to my class one day, was trying to walk to my class one day,
Dystopian movie.
Literally.
and then all of a sudden I see in front of me is just Hispanics and blacks just fighting each other, and
Beating
people
each
are
other up.
recording, and I'm just like,
People are
what's going
slipping,
on?
sliding. It's
Right.
outside. It's in the rain. Like
It
straight
was
out of a
raining
movie.
too.
Straight out of a movie. Like,
I was just trying to get to class.
what grade was that? Was that 10th grade?
Yeah, that was 10th grade.
Yeah.
There was like a whole week of fighting before COVID. There
Yeah.
was a fight
It
every
was like they were
day.
getting it out their system because they knew. Right
Yeah.
when I see
And then every time at the end of the week, the principal will come on the intercom. Guys, this is
We're
not
better
who we
than
are.
this.
We're better than this. We're better than this, you guys.
Proud to be.
Well, there was this lady
Hashtag proud to be.
for the 10-15 minutes I was there in the mornings. Oh, I'm gonna put that out. For the 10-15 minutes that I was there at Latanya school in the morning, there was this lady that would come on the intercom, and she would sing to the entire student body.
What did she say? She say,
Wake
what?
up,
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, or something.
sing this like song to wake up the student body, and it was so annoying. It was so annoying because like I'd be outside trying to get on my bus trying to go to my school, and I hear it on the intercom because there's speakers outside too. So Latanya, she's texting me as soon as the lady starts singing. Latanya's texting me, when will this lady shut up? Somebody like, bro, I can't
Every
imagine
day.
every day.
There was like
And
one
there were
day
new
she didn't do
lyrics.
it.
There were new
Every
lyrics
day.
every day.
There was
too.
only one day she didn't do it. It was the day we came back from winter break. It was that one day she just calmed down. The next day, at it again. She revved it up for the next day.
Not revved it up like an
new
engine.
new lyrics every day, like just straight
Every
up the dome.
day a new
Natural to her.
remix.
Like, girl,
So-
It was
look at
worse
the
in the
rest.
afternoon. She did songs in the afternoon too.
It was the afternoon too?
Afternoon.
Yep,
too.
afternoon song too.
Oh
Can you just
my
let people
God.
go home in peace? Like, nobody wants to hear that.
What we doing in the classroom?
So what would y'all say? Because there's probably some people who obviously either might be listening that are probably about to go to high school or might almost be done or just got there or whatever have you. What would you say, in your opinion, was like your easiest class and your hardest class?
Oh, hardest class had to be pre-cal. Pre-cal was hard for me. And it was during COVID. Like it was online, and it was just my teacher was old-fashioned. We had to do every calculation on paper. We couldn't use a calculator. It was it was terrible. She was terrible. It was so bad.
So it was your easiest class?
I feel like probably orchestra because it was just an easy class. Like it was just an easy. I got 100 every time. It's playing tests were easy. I always got an A. Easy class. Finals are easy.
Yeah. No, those fine arts class be
Just
mad
music.
easy. It's like play or don't play. Those classes are like pass or fail. No in between.
It's pass or fail, right?
Yeah,
Really
pass or fail. Literally.
100 or 0. You pick. But I'd say my hardest class was physics and chemistry. Well, those are two different classes. My hardest classes were physics and chemistry. My chemistry teacher sucked, and I just barely.
Chemistry is hard when you have a bad teacher. A
Chemistry
student
is
who has a
really
bad chemistry teacher.
That's why I'm so thankful. I had such a good teacher. Like I had an A.
My teacher was trash.
Exactly, and I always say like, oh no, I hate those. But like I always say, like if I could go back and have a different teacher, or just have been better about trying to teach myself things instead of relying on a teacher, I would have done so much better. But because it was freshman year, I'm just getting used to the whole high school thing. I'm over here thinking like, yo, this teacher is so terrible, and I'm not passing. But like I also never took the time to try to teach myself things. But that's not my fault. It's his job. But chemistry was really hard for me. Physics was really hard for me. But honestly, after those classes, I'm not taking them again. And my easiest classes were psychology because I was just really interested in it. So it made it easier for me because I actually paid attention. and computer science because, again, I was interested in it and it made it easier. And those are also my favorite classes with my favorite teachers. So it honestly, the experience is what you make it. You're not going to be good at everything, but
Yeah.
also if you're interested in it, it makes it a lot easier
Mm-hmm.
in those classes if you did it or if you haven't and you have the opportunity. I will take computer science and I will take psychology again if I could. India?
I'll have to say the hardest class I took was Spanish 2. Literally,
Oh,
Spanish 2 was so hard for me. First off,
What?
Spanish was just hard for me. Like, foreign language is not, it's foreign. It's a foreign language. Like, it's literally learning a new language. And it's like harder to do that when you're being graded on it. So it's just like, yeah, Spanish 2 was not my thing. I will admit the first time I took Spanish 2, I did it dual enrollment. I failed. I withdrew out of the class before I could even give myself a chance.
Spanish one?
I just withdrew. No, Spanish 2. I
Oh.
did you have a good
withdrew because
teacher?
I was just like, no, my teacher was terrible. She was
Okay.
like no help. She was never there. It was me, the textbook, and the assignments. That was literally it. And it was so difficult to take. Oh my gosh. Like I said, Spanish 2, I withdrew. And I took my Spanish 2 class again my junior year. And this time around, it was a lot easier. I understood it better. Now I definitely understand Spanish a lot better, but I understood it a lot better. So Spanish 2, like my teacher, she made it like helped me with it, helped correct some things I didn't know, and it definitely worked out in the end. But Spanish 2, the hardest class I've ever taken. And I would say the easiest class I ever took, it has to honestly, like in real life, comes down between my algebra 2 class and my senior year math class. I did a class called Advanced Math Topics, and it was just a review of like algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2. It was just like a big review of that. Um, oh, and I had like we did like trig and a little calc in that too. I have to say that was like probably the easiest class I ever took. That was an easy 100. Like people failed out of that class. And I didn't understand how, because by that point, that class is like an upperclassman only class. So like by that point, you'd already taken all the
You'd
classes
have already like
to
right. You should
pass
have
the
already
class.
seen the stuff.
Exactly. But yeah, and algebra 2 was just honestly like my teacher, even though kind of did not like her towards the end, got to give her props. She was a great teacher. So she definitely helped a girl understand that algebra, or I probably would have failed. But it was great.
So did any of you guys' school like have a big scandal?
Girl, you should start.
Yes.
You should start with you got
You should go
millions of
ahead and start.
scandals.
I wish they
You got
could see the
millions.
eyes. The eyes you just gave. Scandal leans in
Scandal.
with big eyes, girl.
Um, I there's honestly too many to even. I'm gonna pick.
Pick
I
the
remember
ones
It's
that
a
got the
lot.
biggest.
The first scandal we heard about your school, we weren't even in high school yet, and we heard about it with the band teacher.
Oh yeah, there's a
We weren't
band
even in
teacher.
high school yet, and it was already starting.
They just hire teachers without doing background checks, I guess, and just they
The
like
way that
to
incident
do
happened,
stuff
two
for
times.
kids. Right. It was with the band teacher and the orchestra teacher, which left when
Oh, remember
I
when the
went there.
basketball?
Wait, it was
Oh yeah,
between two
there
teachers?
was the basketball coach too, huh?
Wait, it was between two teachers?
No, well, it was
Oh.
with teacher and the student. All
Oh.
these are teacher and
Yeah,
student
these are all
cases.
teacher-student incidents.
Yeah. And
Mm.
this year they had the
Funky.
basketball and a student. I mean the basketball coach and a student. And there was also one where a teacher, I guess her boyfriend got mad at her or whatever, and then airdropped her some graphic
Explicit
photos of
photos.
her. Yeah, explicit photos of
Yeah, little
her.
revenge porn,
And
which is
it
illegal in all 50 states.
yeah, and it got all around the school. They had to send an email, they had to do all this stuff. It's crazy. And what else happened? There's more stuff that happened, but I don't wanna, you know,
It
tell
was a
people's
lot.
business.
Yeah.
There was a lot of tapes. That's all I'm gonna say.
A lot of tips. And you know, some of these tapes were even dropped by the people
By the
themselves.
people in
Doers.
them.
By the people themselves.
Yeah.
Some people they didn't have shame. They would be airdropping their stuff in the cafeteria. So people like, look, hey, look at me. Look what I'm
Imagine you're
doing.
at school eating your cold school pizza and your nasty school salad with ranch and those warm peaches out the can that they give you.
Listening to your
And
music,
somebody,
and
and all of a sudden you receive an airdrop. You're curious, you press it, and next thing you know, boom, you see your two classmates having intercourse
Butt
with each
naked
other.
on the floor of the bando, bruh. I will never forget that.
Booty naked on the floor
The
of
floor of the
a
bando.
trap house. Could
And
not imagine.
she had no shame. But hey, that's
they're
her.
all shameless. People
They're
do stuff in the
all
hallway. People
in the
Shameless.
stairwell, in the stairwell,
bathrooms,
In the classroom.
in the
classroom. Recently, in the
in the back
classroom.
of the classroom, with
Yeah,
people around.
On
You would
on
think it's an
school
empty classroom.
buses,
You think
in
school
the
bus,
bathrooms. It's crazy.
any place on the school campus, it's been done. At my school,
you really gotta wipe. You really gotta wipe your surfaces down because it's been used.
it's really disgusting.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Oh, so you doing the bending? Is that what it is?
You doing the bending? No, people doing the bending, bro. People over here doing the bending any place they can. I just feel like
Crazy.
if you gotta wait till you go to school to do that, I think some
And
people
You
tell
shouldn't be
you
doing it.
you
I don't think you
shouldn't
should be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it.
And the freshmen or whatever at my school, they almost burned their church down. Like, it was just
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, they almost burned their church down. Like the freshmen this year were crazy. Like they have no home
Because they're
training.
ruthless 7th grade kids. Okay, they have
And
not
they're
been in
iPad
school
kids,
for
yeah.
2 years.
They're
They
7th
have
graders
no
and they're
home
iPad
training.
kids.
And it
They
showed.
were-
It really showed.
They were beating each other up, beating the upperclassmen
Every
up.
day.
Like they were big too. These freshman kids are large.
They are big. They are like really
big
tall.
kids. And they were beating
Full grown.
left and
They're
right.
so mean.
I don't know what y'all was eating during COVID.
Yeah, something about these COVID kids is like, ooh,
These COVID kids.
something about them. They're big, they're mean, they're rude, they're
Big and
untrained. Like I don't know what's going
ruthless,
on.
shameless.
So, out of town,
Everything.
did your school have any scandals?
We had a cheating scandal. Somebody like a honor test
At the STEM school?
at the STEM
And this
school
is
of
the smartest
integrity.
school. in
This is the
Virginia.
smart school?
At the STEM school of integrity. Let me tell you. Ooh, now that we're out of school, let me get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
Nobody at my school has survived without cheating. Let me put that out there plain and clear. Your top
They're gonna snatch that
people-
diploma.
No, your top people at school were cheating in class. I was sitting next to them. Let's really get into it. Your number 1, 2, 3, and 4. They were
Everybody. Literally.
everybody. Your
Wow.
top percenters at that school
Your Val, your
are
Sal.
cheaters. Your top percenters at that school are cheaters. Our Sal is apparent. Okay, I think I never even met our Sal until this year. But the first thing I heard about him was that he's a cheater. I've never seen that with myself. I don't know him. But it's just like there is cheating history in my school. Nobody uses integrity. Okay? Your top people are pulling out their phones in class to cheat. But let's get into the scandal.
Not the top producers.
The top rankers.
Not the top
of the class.
producers.
The top rankers are cheating. Everybody is cheating. Everyone is helping each other. Like whatever y'all count as cheating, like what teachers will see as cheating, we kind of just see like, oh, you're helping that, but under the eyes of them, and like based on school policy, it's pretty much cheating. Everyone in that school cheated. There's no one who didn't. And for you to even think that everyone doesn't cheat is just you're just blind. You're choosing to turn a blind eye to it. Because even me, when I'm minding my own business, taking my test, and I'm hearing somebody digging in their bag behind me, how do you as a teacher not hear that? And you're not doing anything. You're standing in front of the class watching people move and wrestle around. Of course, I'm gonna think that you're pulling out your phone.
When you hear the iPhone go off,
literally, like, you think it's a coincidence that somebody's thing
The
just
Siri.
dinged or that somebody's phone is vibrating? Like, it's not a coincidence. People's phones are out. Hello. But this scandal, so to speak, somebody made a PDF document of all the answers on the tests for econ, and they shared it with like more than half of the student body by the time it was time for everyone to take the test. And I will honestly put the blame on the teachers because they got their entire test from one single Quizlet. So it was just a link that really went out. And everyone had the link and everyone's test grades were amazing. Like we came back like at the end of the day, oh, the test grades are so good. Everyone did really well. Boom, somebody gets caught with their phone out and they're like, oh, now we don't know who this was sent to, or we feel bad for everyone who didn't cheat, but we got to throw the test out. So they throw the test out. We come back next day. They yelling at us, lecturing us, pop test. There's cameras in the room where they're taking the test. Yeah, the teacher put a camera in the
Cameras.
room. Yep.
Oh,
There
y'all
was
are
a camera.
serious.
There was a camera.
Not the ring.
The administrator was walking
Now
in
she
and out
bought
of the
the ring from
classroom.
home.
hmm The administrators were walking in and out of the classroom, and it was a motion camera too. It was like when you move, the camera moved along with it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were serious, and they never caught the perpetrator. The perpetrator. Everybody in my class though knew exactly who it was. We knew exactly who it was. We knew who it was. We knew who snitched. We knew who we sent it to. Everybody knew. Everyone knew who started it. But of course, everyone's on hush hush. If there's one thing about our student body, they know how to keep their mouth shut when it comes to their friends. But if you're not their friend, they're very quick to throw you under the bus. And they were even throwing random people under the bus, like just because they didn't like them and they wanted to like ruin their college chances.
Wow.
But if I was a snitch, I would have snitched because I know exactly what it is. But it wasn't my business. I didn't. That has nothing to do with me. But that was our only like scandal. We never had fights.
Boo.
We never had fights. There was one almost fight, but the girl
You
was
talk
just
about
getting
that?
loud. She was
You wanna talk
chopping it
about
up.
that?
She was
Yeah,
like,
she's a perpetrator in that event.
I was the perpetrator. Yeah, I was the perpetrator. A girl decided, to say the least,
She's a perpetrator in
so
this.
we never had a
School
fight at
history.
school. We never
Making
had a
school
fight.
history.
I was almost the first, but no, we never had a fight. To make a super long story short, the girl decided to make a scene and get loud with me. And me being the mother, me being the daughter that my mother gave birth to, I wasn't gonna let no girl make a scene around my name and make me look bad. So I was ready to just take my arm horizontally across her cheek. But I didn't because I have self-control. I have self-control and I have a mother who I will not disrespect out there in public. But if not for the fact that I was in school and I was about to graduate, like this is the beginning of my last semester of high school. Like I'm on chill. Like everyone should be on chill. Like you're trying to graduate. So if you're not on chill, you're not gonna graduate. So I'm trying to be on chill. She was trying to get buck with me. I said, girl, what's up? Cause I'm not gonna back down. But I was also trying to be on chill. So yeah, nothing came out of that. It's on site if I see it. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But yeah, that would have been my first and only fight because I'm not a fighter. But
Not fighter.
we don't
Oh my
promote
God.
violence, right, guys?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
violence. No violence. We don't do violence.
So I literally can only remember maybe I guess like two little scandals at my school. They weren't even like big scandals or anything. Well, one's kind of a big one.
Right?
Yeah, I went to a lot of different high schools, but honestly, like none of them really ever had any scandals. The only one that I can think of was, now this was something I was told that happened. I heard this rumor throughout my freshman and sophomore year. So for 2+ years, this rumor carried on because even this rumor was carrying on before I got there. Rumor had it that one of the science teachers, one of the teachers in the science department, who also I think was one of the tennis coaches, I want to say, or he was a coach for one of the sports. Now, mind you, this man, his wife also worked at the school, and his wife was also a pretty prominent, I guess, figure in the school. They're both two pretty prominent people at our school. He was a coach, very well-known teacher. She was a teacher. She also was the coach for track, and she was also the head of the film and AV department. So she was like over all of our school's filming and anything of that sort to do with anything videography or anything of that. That was her. That's who she was. And well, rumor had it that her husband had a thing for going after girls who were recent alumna of the school. And when I say recent, I mean like going after them after they like just graduated from high school.
That's still against policy.
Apparently he was having affairs and relations with these girls. Now that is what, and he also, a lot of girls that had encounters with him at school said that he was a little pedophilic, a little creepy, might have made a couple of suggestive and appropriate comments towards the students on campus, specifically the girls. So that was one of the alleged things. I guess something else, and it's not alleged, but it was just a real thing. My school kind of had a problem with drugs a wee bit.
Euphoria.
Like, now, mind you, and I'm not trying to say anything about this group specifically, but I went to a predominantly white school. White kids are known for doing some pretty wild things. It would kind of be a little common thing for a little bit for kids to, like, I don't know if it was in the vape pens they had or what was going on, but there was a lot of fake carts and vapes going around, a lot of fake drugs, synthetic drugs going around at the school. And it happened on a couple of occasions, more than 3 times, where a student overdosed in either like the classroom or like the bathroom, or they'll be having a seizure, and the ambulance would have to come and get them because they had taken a little something they had no business taking. So, biggest advice I have to give to you kids about this is this: don't do drugs at school. Don't do drugs at school. Do not do drugs.
Don't do drugs,
school.
period.
If you're gonna, don't do drugs, period. But if you're gonna do something, don't do it at school. Like, there's so much wrong with doing drugs at school. So much can go. First off, like, you're naturally gonna be, your paranoia is automatically gonna be heightened. It's gonna be up to here because you're at school. You're surrounded by a lot of authoritative figures. If your school has officers, or even if you were like my school and you had sheriffs, county sheriffs on campus, your school, exactly. County sheriffs don't play. No. The county sheriffs, the little deputies, would not be playing. So if you have, police, law enforcement, a lot of authoritative figures, like I said, on your school campus, you're automatically going to be really anxious and paranoid. If it's a drug you've never taken before, you should not take it in such a chaotic environment like school. Granted, you are also probably going to traumatize your classmates if you overdose and die in front of them, or just overdosing in front of your classmates, period. Because imagine this real scenario, not personal experience, real scenario. Imagine you are sitting in your math class and your teacher is reviewing for your big test coming up. And you notice that your classmate that sits in front of you, she's a little pale in the face. She looks a little clammy. She's shaking. She's busting out in cold sweats. And, her head's down. She's not feeling too good. Well, then imagine 2 seconds after that, your classmate starts seizing in front of you. Would that not be a traumatic thing to witness?
Yeah, that would be very traumatic.
9 in the morning, geometry class, girl seizing in front of you.
9.
Again, did not happen to me, happened at my school. That's all I'm gonna
9.
say.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you doing drugs at
Well,
9 in the morning? No, the
is she
girls would wake
okay?
up and puff.
Come on
Yeah,
now,
the
girls,
girls.
right?
Yeah,
At the
The
bus
girls,
stop
the
with it. At the
bathrooms,
bus
the
stop
bus
with in the
stop.
bathrooms, in the parking lot.
It'll set
It's
off the alarm.
everywhere.
It
no,
will
they
set
would
off the
spark
fire
up.
alarm.
No, and the thing is, like, they would spark up on the bus. It would not even pens or electronic. They would spark up
Just
like
real weed.
real, real sparking
Related.
on the bus.
Wow.
And like the bus driver, I guess, didn't. I don't even know if it's that they didn't care, but like, first of all, you can smell that anywhere on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe the windows were open, which would, I guess, but also would make it hard to smoke. So even if the windows were up, there's not much they can do about it. Everyone kind of smells like weed when they get on the bus. Like
Yeah,
wake
that's
and bake culture
definitely
was
a big
very,
yes. Like wake and
very
bake culture is
prominent.
definitely a real thing, but I definitely saw it. Like my classmates, I saw the wake and bake effect hit them hard. Like every
Yeah,
single day, classmates, like out,
just
like some
moving
people,
slow.
every single day, they're smoking before class. Every single day, hey, you trying to smoke before school? You trying to smoke before school? And it's just
Right.
like,
You got 6 men in the same bathroom stall,
and the
passing
thing,
the same
like, and the
nicotine puff,
thing
That
I
blueberry
forgot, and
mix.
I
blueberry
forgot
nicotine.
whose school it was that did this. Somebody was telling me that this happened at their school. They were saying that I think it was one of like my little cousins or something. Actually, I think it was my little cousin was telling me or something. And mind you, she's in middle school. I think somebody like she was telling me that the vaping problem or the kids smoking in the bathrooms at the school had gotten so bad that they took the doors off the stalls.
Hold up. Isn't that illegal? Like
That
take
Took the
should be.
doors off the stall because you kids
Oh my
won't stop
gosh.
because they said you lost your bathroom privileges. They lost their bathroom privileges.
What?
Stop
You
doing
can't.
drugs in the school bathroom because you see what happens when you do drugs in the school bathroom. Now little Sally Mae who's got to go change your pad can't even change your pad piece because you wanted to go hit your blue raspberry flavored jewel in the bathroom at 7:30 in the morning.
No,
Me
because that just
personally,
reminded
I
me
wouldn't
of
go.
something. Right. But that just reminded me. Y'all remember those devious licks?
That's what it was called. I kept trying to figure
Devious
out the
Yes.
name of
licks.
that challenge. Devious
They were
Devious
Licks.
stealing
licks.
That was this
toilets.
year
They
too.
were stealing
That was
Stealing
crazy.
things.
trophies,
They were
stealing anything they could
trophies.
steal.
My
Literally.
school got hit hard by that devious lick trend, especially because at my school, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but we also had middle schoolers on campus. It was just like it was like an advanced, I guess, like STEM program or whatever. So we had middle schoolers on our campus. We had such a huge problem in my math building with the devious licks. I'm talking, they was coming in stealing urinals. It was so bad that the
Yeah.
boys' bathroom, I'm in building in the 200 building, the boys' bathroom was off limits literally almost the whole first semester. It was off limits because it was mostly the boys doing those devious licks. It wasn't too much of the
Yeah.
girls
The girls, cause the girls
participating in that.
chill.
Yeah, the girls
They
are really,
chill.
that's the thing. Like, yes, some high school girls can be rowdy and a little aggressive and in your face, but for the most part, the girls be
Most of
chill.
them, right?
It was the boys doing this devious lick trend. Like, why are you stealing urinals, my dude? Like, what are you gonna do with
The
that?
trophy,
What are you
stealing the
gonna do with
trophy, like,
that?
How are you gonna get that
or like
home?
Yeah,
stealing
ransacking the
Gonna put that.
trophy case was crazy.
Yeah, somebody stole trophies
and they
from my
got it on the
school.
video. I remember the
Yeah.
first time I saw that. That was the first time I even like heard about the challenge because I was like, why is he stealing the trophy? Then I saw that it was a challenge. I was like,
But
but
they were
yeah,
stealing meaningful
they were
stuff too.
stealing
Like, but
big
Tonya,
things. Yeah,
didn't you say like somebody stole like something that
Oh,
your teacher's daughter had given to him?
yeah.
Like,
They had stolen his flag, and his daughter gave that to him. It was really sad, but
yeah.
they threw a party for him, and they got a new
oh,
flag. So
oh,
that's
that
nice.
was nice.
Yeah.
It don't
Yeah,
replace the other one. Honestly, I
it
feel like
doesn't replace it,
it doesn't
but
replace it.
Get
And you can.
it
That's
helps,
something
I
that
guess.
you can even if you weren't to like confess that you were the one that stole it. I feel like in some way you could like slip it back into the classroom, like just put it in the corner somewhere. You can give it back,
You
like
can always give
especially
it back.
especially after knowing the effect of it. Like all right, challenge over, give the man back his things. Because why are you stealing from him in the first place? Like
Right.
sticky
What do you
finger
need with the
children. These
flag?
are the children that were not flicked, not being flicked in elementary school when they were touching stuff that wasn't belonging to them.
Yes.
Yes,
The little
Yeah.
yes, because there's this one girl. Oh my gosh! All right, let's take it back real quick. There's one girl in my elementary school. Everyone knew her to be a thief. Everyone knew her to be a thief. She
oh
stole
yes.
Elementary
chocolate
school.
bar.
Yes.
So much
Listen, y'all,
out of
at
my
a
book
time
bag
I
that
had
India
gotten
gave
into
me.
it
Yep.
and I had apologized to her and I got her a chocolate bar. I think it was a Hershey's cookies and cream, wasn't it?
No,
It
it
was
was a
a,
regular one.
or
It
was it
was
just a Hershey's bar?
it was just a
I
Hershey's
got her
bar.
a chocolate bar to apologize
To
and make up for
apologize
it,
to.
trying to be friends. And this thief, sticky
Stole it out of
fingers.
my book
I saw
bag.
her walk across the stage didn't she go to your school, Latanya? I saw her
Yeah.
across the
Ooh,
stage at
what's her
graduation.
name?
That
Oh,
thief.
what's the
We'll say it later.
We'll have to tell you
But
after.
yeah,
text
so she
it?
stole it out of my book bag. She stole it out of my
Yeah,
book
I
bag.
got you.
And she stole my chocolate bar out of my book bag. She used to steal pencils out of my desk. Like she was a thief. And then in like high school, I was on my friend's spam page and she recorded her stealing the it was like a sheep brain or something that they were dissecting in their science class.
Oh yeah, was it a cat's body? I thought it was a
No,
cat.
no, no, it was a sheep brain. We haven't gotten cats yet, but I think they were like it was something with sheep or some, it was some type of brain or like a cat brain, something. It was some type of like dead object, and she stole it. She wrapped it up and took it home. And I was like, from elementary school, you haven't stopped stealing. Like these are the people they used to be flipped. Okay, when you touch something that's like yours,
Needs to be
you
flipped.
tap
No, at
that
that point,
man.
it's beyond a flicking. She need a belt for that booty. I don't believe in corporal punishment or beating your kids, but some kids need to be beat. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So she
I'm
just
sorry. Some kids, a stern talking to don't work. Sometimes you need to let them know mama mean business, and you need to put that leather on them.
yeah.
Put that leather on them cheeks.
But
I do not encourage
honestly,
child abuse.
we don't.
Not at
I,
all.
as a whole, high school is it was good and bad. Honestly, it is what you make it. To be
Yeah.
completely honest, like at the end of the day, high
Honestly,
school very much is what you make it. So for anyone who hasn't finished or is going or anything like that, if you're listening, honestly, enjoy high school. Don't take things too seriously. Everything is trivial. Um, if you want to go to a good college, take your grades seriously. If college is not super important to you, don't stress it. That is honestly some real advice because after the decision for what college you're going to, after that decision is made, absolutely nothing in high school matters. Nobody's asking you what
Literally.
you got. Nobody's asking you what you got in your chemistry class in high school. Nobody's gonna ask you for your high school transcript. A diploma is a diploma is a diploma.
Right.
You're
Nobody's
gonna
gonna
get
ask you
once
for your
once you
rank.
get that
Doesn't matter.
diploma, it doesn't matter.
and
Don't
like
flop out.
yeah,
Don't flop out and don't drop out. Do not get into high school and drop out. You've spent way too long in school
Way too long.
for you not to push it what 2 3 more years. Don't drop out. That's and like I don't want to like I don't not to judge people who do drop out, but I just feel like high school is not the place where you should give up.
Like
You're
you're
almost
almost at
done.
the finish
Like you're
line.
literally almost done.
yeah.
There's a difference
Especially if you
between
feel
a
like that, like
degree.
in your junior year, though, like just keep going. Like
Like
you're almost done.
literally,
Senior year is not that bad, honestly.
it's
It's
not.
just the college application process and testing. But it's like once you get over that, like senior
Like
year
your
is a breeze.
classes won't even be
Yeah,
hard.
exactly.
Exactly.
Like don't stress yourself out too much. Nothing is stressful. Honestly, the only thing that's stressful is when you get behind because you have time to do a lot of the things that you're supposed to do. But if you're waiting to push those deadlines and you're procrastinating on writing your college essays and writing those scholarship essays, getting those recommendations, that falls back on you. So get that done as soon as you can. Get your standardized testing done, whatever that's ACT, SAT, blah blah blah. Get all your important things out the way, even the summer before senior year or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely. I
Get
did all my testing the summer before.
yeah, like always try to stay ahead, and if you fall behind, don't wait till it's too late to catch up. use your resources, use your teachers, and honestly, have fun. Get involved and do great things.
Yes, get involved. So if you guys like to share a little bit about our post-secondary plans, obviously don't name drop because we don't want people to come and kill us. I'm just kidding. Nobody's gonna come and kill us.
We're going to college. We're going to college.
Woo! Yes, all
we're
three
going
of
to
us
college.
are going to college, guys.
Literally
All three of
in
us are
different places.
college-bound
Again.
girlies.
Yeah, we all went to different not middle schools. We all went to different high schools. Now we're all going to different colleges, but we still gang.
Yep.
And we are proof. So listen, let me tell you this.
Yes.
To all the people who say,
yes.
to all the people who give you that bum speech, your first
about
day
how
of freshman year telling you you're not gonna walk in and leave out with the same. We rocking. We rocking. And we're all on to the next chapter. All on to the next chapter. Still rocking. Still rocking. Still rocking.
Different states,
so,
still rocking.
Different states, still rocking. Different colleges, still rocking. We about to be in different parts of our state, still rocking. So
don't believe the lies. Do not believe the lies.
Exactly.
Like if you want it to work, it will work.
Exactly. Right. If you want your friend group to work and you want your friendships to work and maintain themselves, they will maintain. Like I was saying.
And friendships, honestly,
BBOD.
Friendships are natural. Real friendships are natural. You do not have to argue with your friends. We do not argue.
Like
we literally do not argue.
If there's anything that's like, oh, you said this and I didn't like it, we cleaned it up the same night.
Boom, address, move it on. Exactly.
And it's never like we purposely like try to offend each other. Like, hey, you said this is a little off. You will never hear it out of my mouth again. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
Simply resolved.
You do not have to argue with your friends. You do not have to fight with your friends. Friends do not fight. Real friends, they don't fight. They love.
Yeah. So anybody who tells you, oh,
like of course you can have disagreements.
You don't got to fight.
You don't have to fight. If you have a disagreement, you wrap it up. You clear it up. Like if there's
your friend group is falling out every day,
just like every other week there's an issue. You gotta address something. You gotta have a big meeting.
Exactly. If you gotta address your friend group every single day or every other week, honey, those are not your friends, and it might be time to leave that friend group. But yeah, post-secondary, guys, I say let's say our major career plans, anything of that sort.
I want to start. Okay, so I will be going to school in my state because it's free. Fill out your FAFSA, guys. That's another thing. Fill out your FAFSA.
Yes, FAFSA.
Because FAFSA
opens October 1st.
It opens October 1st.
Anybody who's a senior.
It opens October 1st and it closes out on June 30th, I believe, or June 15th. A big window of time. But the quicker you get it in, the better.
The better.
Yeah.
And like the faster they can tell you how much they give you, and also money runs out. Okay, they have a budget.
Exactly.
Money runs out. So even if you're qualified for a bigger amount, if you wait till last minute, you're not gonna get that big amount. I filled mine out the day after it came out. I got my amount.
Same.
It was free for me. So let's put things together. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Also, your GPA helps too, like with the Hope and Zelmer.
It does. Yeah. Although I said don't take school too seriously, get your GPA.
Please don't let your GPA fall. Yeah. And if
nothing below a 3. If you're not the smartest bumblebee, nothing below a 3.
Exactly.
Try to push it up a little bit, but having a decent GPA will still get you to where you need to be. Don't flop. But so I will be going to school. I will be majoring in public health because I didn't want to major in biology because that's boring. So, sorry, Ndia. I didn't want to major in biology because it's boring to me. So
my initial major was public health with a focus on women's health studies. So I understand.
Yeah, I understand. I'll be doing public health, and I'll be going to PA school after my undergraduate. And future PA, future entrepreneur. Yes. Get at me, future derm. Get at me, yeah. All right, so
yeah, I will also be attending college in my home state. Same, free. Let the government pay. Let the government pay for free. And majoring in biology for women in STEM, Black women in STEM.
Yep.
And I will also be going to PA school following my bachelor's degree. To be a PA. I'm more so looking towards being a PA in psychology or emergency medicine. But yeah, that is the goal. So
I'm also going to college. All three of us are going to college. Honestly, the major I put down, I still like it or whatever, but now I'm just like
subject to
I
change.
feel like subject to change, because I feel like I'll grow to love something more when I actually get to the school and explore and see everything. So yes, subject to change, but yes.
So wait, what is it now?
Oh, right now it's graphic design, but I feel like it might change.
Explore your interests, guys. That's another thing to do in high school. Always explore your interests.
Definitely.
See what makes you
join clubs, do activities.
See what makes you feel comfortable, what you actually like doing. Salary is important, but it's not as important as
it's not everything. As you being happy.
Yeah, don't be miserable for a check. You're gonna kill yourself, and that money's gonna run out. Don't do that.
And don't do like just what your parents want you to do or what your parents want you to major in. I mean, if they're paying for it, I mean,
if my family had it their way, I'd be on a pre-med track right now. Okay, and that's just not happening.
It's not me. It's not me.
Pre-med's not for me. It's just not my thing.
But try to figure out what you want to do before you get to college. You can go in as an undecided major, which is not an issue because you're still you're just taking your prerequisites and your basic courses. But also it is kind of pushing it a little late. Try to explore your interests so that you know what you're doing when you get there. Honestly, it just works out a little better.
I will definitely say if your school has a dual enrollment or a AT program, I'm more for dual enrollment than I am for any AP or any ACE classes, because dual enrollment, it's a lot easier to transfer those credits. But I definitely did a lot of dual enrollment. It is helping me when I go into college. I knocked out a good bit of my first 2 semesters. A good bit of classes have been knocked out already. So definitely take advantage of that. That is free college. So take advantage of those kind of opportunities and definitely get involved after school, because that helps you with getting scholarships. Yes. Talk to your teachers, talk to your counselors, get as many, like I said, as many resources as possible. Scholarship, apply. Yes, the process is repetitive and it gets annoying and it's a very daunting task to do, but it will definitely help cut down the cost of college, because y'all, listen, I knew college was expensive, but when you add all the totals up, you be looking at, anywhere from 10 to 50 or 60K a year. So definitely make sure you're staying on top of scholarships, cut back that cost. You're going to thank yourself for not having to take out 30 student loans later on in life.
Yeah, and those loans are no joke.
No joke. And that interest,
especially the interest, it's the interest, because it's rare, but you can see double-digit interest. I know the interest rate for my school, I think, is 8%, and that may not sound like a lot, but when you put 8% on 60K,
definitely,
that's a couple $1,000 in interest. Let's not do that. You don't want that. So stay on top of your stuff. Honestly, have fun, be responsible, and you will be okay. College is cool. High school is cool. School is cool.
School is cool.
School is cool if you make it cool. It is. Everything is what you make it. Your life is what you make it. Honestly, a little word of advice: just do what you got to do, and you know what you have to do. A lot of the time, you know what you have to do. So do it.
I will say this now: if you are in high school and you have not started to look into working, or you have a job yet and you're not sure where that's going, I would definitely recommend getting you a little part-time gig. I'm not saying that you need to be a high schooler working, a 40, 50-hour week, that's absolutely insane for a high schooler. You need to be focusing on your school. But if you could pick up a little side gig where you're working, maybe just the weekends working, little 12, little 15 hours a week, I say definitely get you a little side gig because that can help. You never know. Your employment could also offer you things like tuition reimbursement. They could even help with recommendations. Your job might have scholarships. I know like Chick-fil-A, I know they do scholarships for their workers. So yeah, I think Taco and McDonald's. I think McDonald's does scholarships for their workers too. So definitely look into getting a little job just for little opportunities like that. And also, it's good to have some money stacked and saved while you're in high school because your senior year is going to be expensive. I'm just letting you know right now. Your senior year is going to kill your pockets. I think my senior year in total, I think from testing, senior photos, prom, graduation pictures, graduation party, all that. I think like senior dues. I think in total senior year, I probably spent roughly $3 to $4 grand. And I feel like that's not even exaggerating. Like senior year is expensive. It's gonna be expensive. Yeah. Especially if you pay an application fees yourself, which go to your counselor and get a waiver. Go to your counselor and get waivers. They're not gonna tell you no. They're not gonna tell you no.
Pay for application fees.
Exactly.
Honestly. Like unless you're just like
fees, testing fees, I don't know.
Don't like qualify, which you would have to be really rich to not qualify. Do not pay for these application waivers.
Yeah.
It's $50 to $70 for every application that you submit. And what is it? You're the one doing the work. It's your name, your address, your social security, and a couple of essays. And then on top of that, you still got to pay the $80. No, don't do
that. Just go to your counselor, ask for a fee waiver. Yeah, please. Like that's
in November. It's waived for everybody, regardless. In November.
I don't know. Look out for those deadlines.
I mean, I don't know. Some schools, yeah. And also, like, look at your schools. Check out your schools. Another big piece of advice: go on tours while you have the chance to get a feel for the schools that you want to go to. It'll definitely help you a lot. In your decision making in the long run. And I said, just like enjoy high school because honestly, like I know it's so corny and it's so cliche and everybody says it, but it really does come and go. Like 1 second you're a freshman and before you know it, you're walking across the stage. So
right, like you don't want to walk across the stage and then have nothing to say about your high school experience.
Exactly.
All you did was schoolwork and did nothing else.
Exactly.
Like that's gonna be sad. So just enjoy stuff.
Exactly. And even if you don't want to be involved like in your high school, there's so many things you can do outside at home to still make your high school experience a fun one. Just do it safely because kids are crazy these days.
Yes.
So,
very much so.
I just have to say, high school, honestly, overall, I have to say high school is fun. Like you gotta just give it, give it a chance a little bit, give it a little time to simmer in, especially if you're new to high school, just give it a little chance, give it a couple of weeks, give it a semester really. To give it a semester or a year to really figure things out. And then you'll see, hey, this is doable. Like this won't be too bad. And cheat. I encourage cheating. I don't care what anybody says. Because most of your teachers did not create, as we heard with Kyra, most of your teachers do not create the assignments themselves. So if your teacher, listen, I'm gonna tell you this: if your teachers don't care enough to put in the work to give you good learning material, then you don't be putting in enough work to make a return on that education investment. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't teach your way through. Don't teach your way through, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Ask your friend. Peek over. Once or twice. Won't hurt.
Yeah, it's just because honestly, high school literally it does not matter.
And for anyone who tells you that they haven't cheated, they're lying.
They're lying.
Teachers who be like, integrity. If you cheat, you should be ashamed of yourself and XYZ. Even they themselves are cheating or have cheated before, so don't listen to them.
Listen, I owe the second half of my high school experience. I owe to Quizlet. I owe to Quizlet, and I forgot the name of that other little website that gave you all those answers. You had to pay for the second one, but
check.
Yes, I think it was no, it was something else. I forget what it was.
Gotta pay for.
But listen, like it was said, don't don't stress yourself. High school is not the end all be all. And don't stress too much about your GPA, class rank, those kind of things. Because at the end of the day, your diploma is going to look the same as your valedictorian's diploma.
Yep.
It's going to look the same as the last person ranked in your class's diploma. Like, it does not matter. Do not stress yourself out too much. Like, it is, you're still a kid. Like, have fun, relax, enjoy, just go crazy. And participate in school in Spirit Week. Don't be a lame and don't participate. Participate in Spirit Week.
Have school
You
spirit.
will have fun. High school Spirit
Yeah.
Weeks are fun. Like, participate in Spirit Week. Make the most of it. Like, you will enjoy high school,
Especially if it's your last year.
make
Like,
the most of it.
if
Exactly.
you
If
didn't
it's your
do
last
it
year, participate.
or sophomore, freshman year, do it at least in your senior year. Like, participate.
Just give a little school spirit. I know you hate the place, but you don't really hate it that much. Well, you probably do, but just give a little. Give a little.
Okay, now I think it's about that time to get into our media of the week.
Yep. So what?
We've been on this thing for a minute.
Yeah.
Should we read?
If you made it this far, thank you.
Right.
Kudos. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Okay.
Media of the week. Personally, I have been listening to 070 Shake's new album. What is it even called? I don't even know. Hold on. Let me look it up. But honestly, I love her. It's called You Can't Kill Me. I love 070 Shake, and this album is really good to me. So yes, I've been doing that, and I've been watching Master Chef Junior, which is weird, but like yeah, I'm like watching Master Chef Junior. I've been watching what's that show? 90 Day Fiance. I've been watching different docu-series on Netflix. Yeah. I've just been entertaining myself. So yes. Those are mine.
I don't have any music, but I have been watching Atlanta. I finally got into season 3.
Yes.
We started season 3. I feel like the most bizarre episode that I've watched. I got up to episode 5, but the episode where the 2 white moms they try to kill their kids. That was
that is based off of a true story.
that was
a true
crazy.
incident that happened.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, the ending was different. The kids all died in the true incident, but it is based off of a true story, a true couple. Crazy.
Yeah. You guys should check out Atlanta. It's really good. First season is so good. Second season is good. Check that out. Yeah, that's all I have for my media of the week. Ndia?
Yeah, I haven't really been listening to any new music either lately. My liked playlist has been on repeat. I will say though, I have been, instead of like listening to new music, I've been revisiting some of my oldies. So, you know, some of the oldies but goodies. I will say I haven't listened to Party Next Door and his older music. Party Next Door, like, listen, his music is so good for no reason. If you have never listened to Party Next Door, you need to just go Party Next Door on wherever you're listening to and listen, because his music it's an experience. It's amazing. I love it. It is so great. Like, every single album hits amazing. Every single song hits amazing. Every feature hits amazing. He's great. And I will say, as far as television, I haven't really been into any new shows. So You Think You Can Dance was brought back to life after they canceled her. They brought her back. So I have been watching So You Think You Can Dance. Matthew Morrison is on there, which I find so funny because Matthew Morrison is no longer a host on So You Think You Can Dance, because apparently he was having an inappropriate exchange of messages with one of the dancers on the show. So I'm not surprised. It's Matthew Morrison.
Oh my god!
But JoJo Siwa is on there, and JoJo Siwa, we love JoJo. We appreciate JoJo. We stand JoJo. Gay icon. Love JoJo. And then we have Stitch. He was on the Ellen Show. He was the DJ guy on Ellen Show. And he's a dancer. He's great. It's a great show. They just got through with the auditions. The new episode actually just came out. I need to watch it. where they actually do start doing the first round of dancing with the dancers. So yeah, that's just been my thing, what I've been into.
Okay, I also have one more thing for me of the week. I also watched Stranger Things, like the first volume. It was pretty good. Like this season was really
I
good compared
haven't
to the
watched
rest of
it yet.
them.
I need to. I need to watch
Like,
it.
I feel like it was better than the last one. It was good. And the plot twist, like I'm gonna
Oh
say
my
something
gosh,
without
I
spoiling
need
it.
to watch it.
Like I knew this person was.
Don't stop.
I'm
Stop.
not
Oh my
spoiling anything,
gosh.
but I just
I'm
knew
gonna
the
watch it
moment
this
I saw
weekend.
them. The moment I saw them, I was like, something's fishy. Something's fishy.
No.
You don't even know what I'm talking about, but like,
No,
I
because
didn't
it's
spoil anything.
don't.
I didn't spoil
Don't even
anything.
spoil it. Because I almost saw a spoiler today on Twitter. I can't stand
I'm
Yeah,
Twitter.
scrolling. I'll be scrolling whenever
they're
I see.
spoiling
Whenever I
Oh.
see it, I'll be.
and I'd be liking it
Oh,
too.
I forgot something. P
What?
Valley. P Valley. P
Oh,
Valley. P
Oh
Valley.
yeah.
Down in the valley
yes.
where the girls get naked.
Yes, P
Yes,
Valley is
baby.
so good.
Quick
I
with it, quick
binge
with it.
watched the
Quick with
first
it, quick with it.
season.
Front back. Mississippi. Cat. No,
Yes,
P Valley.
it's so
P
good.
Valley go crazy. I watched the first episode of this season. Y'all, I have been waiting for P Valley. Listen,
Okay,
P
did you like the
Valley,
first episode of this season?
it was okay.
Yeah,
It was okay, but I thought
okay.
this season's gonna be really good. Listen, y'all, I started watching P Valley 2020. Like I literally started watching it the week of my dad's funeral, and it was like one of the few things that my family kind of bonded over. P Valley, I know weird bonding over strippers, but it was great. P Valley is amazing, so watch it. It's on Stars or Showtime or something, but yeah.
Okay, and that concludes.
Great show. Go watch it on Stars.
That concludes our episode. So now I'm gonna turn our tassels to the left because we out of here. Yeah.
Oh.
Fell off.
See, everything about that school, the ghetto-ness has never left.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, y'all get the point. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for listening again.
Barb, stay in school. Stay in school,
Barb, stay in
Barb.
school. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. We can't even guarantee next week, but we will see you guys.
See y'all when we see y'all.
See y'all when we
Okay.
see y'all.
Noodles.
Bye.